Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and today we're talking about lucky girl syndrome. And you will tell me, Anastasia, you're a little late with the trend. It was fashionable, I think, like a couple years ago, or even a year ago. Yes, I know, but I did wanted to make it for some time, but I wanted to do a research before I will do the video and I will teach you, because there is an energetic and mindset explanation for everything. So today I'm going to tell you how to get this lucky girl syndrome and how to live in and think that you're lucky and receive everything because you think that you deserve it and because you think that you're just a lucky person. Now, I did not consider myself lucky since I was little. I thought that some people are born lucky and some people are just not born lucky. I didn't consider myself either one. So I was just like in the middle, a normal person with normal capabilities and capacities. But obviously, as everybody else, I always wanted to be somewhat lucky, because I thought that if you're lucky, everything is just in front of you, just for you. And there is truth to that. I just didn't know how to explain it. Now, a couple of years ago, when it became a trend, if you are on TikTok, often you probably saw it, and a lot of girls were coming out and were like, oh my God, I believe that I'm lucky, so I'm lucky, and this and that. So I obviously start observing myself and my clients and my friends and just anybody around me, mostly women. So I was observing, and I found out a few interesting things. The more masculine a woman was, the more lucky she was considered. She believed about herself as being lucky, and the more lucky she was in life. So it seems like things were working out for her. Now, obviously, masculine women also have their own faults, and they could become a little more aggressive or not impatient to when the luck will come. So they also hurt their luck, so to say. But I noticed that even among my friends, the masculine women consider themselves more lucky. And I was like, okay, so now I'm feminine. What am I to do? Because you see, it's supposed to be vice versa. The femininity in itself is kind of lucky. The more feminine you are, the more you're supposed to be attracting everything to you, and the more you're supposed to be considered lucky, because everything's just happening for you. You want something, you're receiving it. You don't need to do nothing for it. But one thing, keep your energy really, really good. So I couldn't understand why in life, in reality, it wasn't like that. I remember the first half a year this trend was on, I was like really, really, really observing everybody, really was looking into this. I was even asking some of, they were not friends, they were like more acquaintances. I remember this girl, she's like, I'm always lucky, it just happened. I'm like, what make you believe so? And she's like, well, didn't you see this trend on TikTok? And I'm like, yes, I saw it, but what makes you believe so? And she's like, well, I just believe. Why wouldn't I believe? And I know why, because she's the only child for her parents, and her parents are a little wealthy, and obviously they spoiled as much as they can. So she believed in her luck. She believes that everything is for her. Now, there are some areas in her life where she's not as lucky, and she said, well, this is just a matter of time. And it was a matter of time, because then she started working with me, and we were able to project her luck into that as well. Now you will ask me, well, what is my experience? I will tell you, I actually was able to stretch my luck, but I think I stretched my luck long before this trend became popular, and I will tell you how. I will actually give you steps of what I did and what I think is logical to do if you want to have this lucky girl syndrome and live as this delusional kind of lucky girl in your own world. So I decided to finally make this video, because I did wanted to make it, and I know that even some of my clients are constantly like questioning the universe, am I lucky? Why are some people more lucky than me? Why there is always this competition that's going on, like unspoken, I would say, competition. The first thing is, why I would not consider ourselves lucky, why it's not even a thing. Well, because we were brought up a little bit strangely. We were brought up shamed for expecting something from others and for believing that we deserve everything. Like we're supposed to go through life without any kind of expectations and just hope and pray for the best. Hope that somebody will be like, yes, you know, Anastasia, you deserve it, here you go. And hopefully that person that will decide to do this favor for me will actually guess what I want and not just impose something on me. Like in my childhood, my parents, I remember my father used to always tell me, if you want something, you have to study, then you have to go to university, and then you have to have a career, and then you can buy yourself everything you want. So this was the answer to every of my wants. Doesn't mean that my parents were not generous. Yeah, they were, but they were generous on their own terms. So they would buy me what they thought I wanted or I needed, and they were giving it whenever they were feeling like being generous. I mean, birthday and Christmas, New Year, these holidays, yeah, obviously we're getting presents, but and then sporadically whenever my parents felt like in a generous gifting mood or something like that. But it was never something that I wanted. It was basically something that they decided that I should want, or something that I would love to have, or something like that. So I was brought up in a completely opposite to lucky girl syndrome. I was more like not even not lucky, but more like don't even think like that. That shouldn't even be on your mind. Like luck is something that you do for yourself. It's not something that just falls out. But because I'm an optimistic person, I always was, and I always was looking for some kind of ways out to make it easier. I obviously start playing with luck. I did it when I started playing lotto. And I believe that everybody deserves luck, and since I didn't have it much, because I always did everything myself, I should hit the lotto big. I should, but I didn't, because again I had the expectation, and I was ashamed of having expectation to the lotto, kind of. And only when I was able to change it, I never really did it on purpose, but only when I was able to change my mind and my energy, I started winning. Actually, I haven't yet won big, but I start winning some. And that gave me some kind of I don't know how to say it, like some kind of hope that not everything is as hopeless as I thought it was. So ideally, I should have been brought up like this. I should have been brought up believing that I am perfect and good enough to receive everything just because I exist, just because I am. And the world wants to give me, and my parents want to give me, and everybody wants to give me just because. Now, I was not brought up like this, because my parents had different beliefs. My grandparents had different beliefs. Well, actually, it was easier to coerce something from my grandparents than from my parents, but still, they didn't allow anybody to spoil us, because that's how they believed. But I should have been brought up, and me and my sister, as girls that should expect everything, that should be just entitled. And I know women like this that were brought up like this. They're not spoiled, they're not nasty, but they just believe that a world spins around them. And I'm thinking there was a reason why those women appeared in my life, because somebody wanted me to see that it could be different. So if you have a little girl, or if you're inspired to be a mother to a daughter, to a little girl, this is how you should bring her up. You should bring her up thinking, letting her know that she's enough, that she should have everything she wants just because she is a girl. And it is actually so. You see, feminine energy is created in pleasure. Masculine energy is created in challenges. If you want your little girl to be more feminine, she should be more in pleasure than in challenges. So little boys should be challenged. Little girls should be enjoying themselves. They should not be challenged. If you want your son to be more masculine, he should be challenged. Like, for example, you tell him, I really need your help. Could you help me with this picking up all the toys? And he will pick up all the toys, and and he would feel accomplished. He will feel so good, and you will be like, my God, you're my hero. So this is how with the girls on the other side, you can just tell her, let's just I don't know, let's just dance together, something. So you should teach her how to enjoy herself just being. Now, don't you worry, masculinity is more selfish, more self-centered, so you wouldn't spoil a boy by challenging him. It's okay. He anyways, he will be somewhat self-centered. You will just balance him. Now, femininity is very empathetic. They already feel everybody. They already want to help everybody. So if you are teaching a little girl to enjoy herself, you only helping her, because all her life she's going to be feeling other people and trying to help other people. Now, and I put over here, femininity gives and empathy, masculinity receives. Now, but masculinity likes to care, and femininity should love to keep the energy within herself. And when I started observing people and their luck, I noticed that masculinity is more entitled. And I was like, what's going on? I want to be entitled too, but I don't have that much masculine energy. And this is what it is. I noticed that masculinity is more entitled because, first of all, masculinity on its own is more entitled. Masculine energy is selfish and self-centered. Masculine energy, to survive, to strive, to accomplish something, has to be selfish. And because we live in our masculine society, we're praised for that. So we do some kind of accomplishment, and we're praised. Okay, good that you did this. Now, nobody would praise because I was laying on the couch all day. Nobody would praise me for that. So masculinity seems to be feeling like they deserve everything, and they should be receiving everything. They feel more lucky in our society, and we have to change it. We as ladies, we have to change it. I don't say that the men don't deserve nothing, that masculine people do not deserve nothing. That's not true. What I'm saying is that women, that feminine creatures should feel entitled as well, because they give the pleasure, the calmness to our rough world. And this is what I change, and I hope you will do the same thing. So first of all, this is not something new, but this is something that I put myself these points, and I was always kind of rereading them and refocusing on them, because you need to focus on the right things to bring something into your life. And I could tell you, I know what lucky girl syndrome is, and I became that lucky girl. Sometimes though, I fall out from this kind of this attitude, and again it seems everything hard. But then I remember, Anastasia, remember how it was very easy, and you can get anything just because you walk, just because you exist, just because you are present, and again everything is coming back. Even the reason why I decided to record this video today is because yesterday I was very fortunate and very lucky, and the things were just happening to me, and I'm like, okay, this is the sign, I have to record this video. It was very, very strange. And why was it like this? Because I really put myself into this lucky girl atmosphere, lucky girl attitude for like a couple days. All right, so this is what you need to do. The first thing you need to do, you need to realize that there is nobody and nothing else in this world but you. And this is true. I'm telling you that as a Reiki master. There is nothing else. So it's you in this gooey kind of energy all around you, and you create that energy according to your somewhat beliefs. Like, for example, this couch. You see, I created this couch. Why? Because I'm in Turkey now, and I know that in Turkey the furniture, the textiles are always good. So I knew the couch would be good. I knew when I saw it on the pictures. So now if I would be in some other country, I might think that it won't be good, because usually in other countries the furniture in Airbnbs are from IKEA, and it's not always the best. So I could say that I created this whole apartment according to my beliefs and ideas. So now if you understand that there is only you and nobody else, and all the other people are just phantoms that you created to help you develop, you suddenly come to this kind of a question. So if there is nobody else but me, I mean, who is more important, me or the phantoms that I'm creating? And that helped me a lot on my development journey, not only with this lucky girl syndrome, but overall. If there is really nobody else, why should I put somebody else needs ahead of mine if there is really nobody else but me? So maybe I should think about myself, and the needs of other persons will somehow get resolved. And you need to start thinking like this. You see, masculine woman and masculine man, they don't really care much about others. They do care, but they don't overthink, overanalyze. So if somebody needs help, they will help, but they are not going to be sitting and thinking and putting a lot of energy into another person. They wouldn't. It's just not in them. They believe that they should focus on themselves, and I really applaud them for that. So if there is nobody else, the most important person should be you. And that's it. Whatever your parents were telling you in childhood, whatever your teachers were telling you, your grandparents, your society around you, that is not true. There's nobody else more important than you, because you're the only one who is. And that's just it. I want you to, this is like the most important. I need you to understand this. All those lucky girls that you see, they're absolutely obsessed with themselves. They know there is no more important, nobody is more important than them. They're really focused on this, on being this, on focusing on themselves. So there is nobody else, and therefore you should be really, really, really just thinking and focusing on yourself. You are important, and that's it. Now, the second point that you should the other point you should remember, that realize that the world is created by you. Only you created this world. So if everybody's priority is ahead of yours, you created it. You create your world for your own experience. Nobody else. So it's up to you. You can change it to, from now on, everything is just for me, or you can continue with, I have to help this, I have to help here, I have to do this, I have to do this. Up to you. Again, you're the only person, and you're the only one who is creating everything. So if you will kind of think about this for a little bit, you will realize, okay, so if I'm the only one, if I'm creating, then let me create the world where everything will be spinning around me, not me spinning around everybody. And I will give you an example here. I'm not sure whether I should or not, but still I will. I was little, and we had my aunt and her family visiting us a long time ago. I was very little. I was like 7, I think, or 6, I'm not sure. And my aunt has three children, and they were visiting us. So my mom made them like this mattress, the air mattress, and they made the bed like this. And the eldest cousin, she's older than me. She's like 6 years older. So at that time, she was almost like a hero for me. She's very masculine, and she's very entitled. So she just demanded to have a bed because she could not sleep on the air mattress. And me at that time, because I'm so empathetic, and because I wanted to be a good girl and I wanted to impress her, and I felt her pain, I gave my bed to her, and but I couldn't sleep on the air mattress. Not because it's an air mattress, but because they were my 2 other cousins and I didn't know them. It was a very strange situation for me, so I started to cry. When I started to cry, my aunt heard me, and she basically scolded her daughter, and she brought her back to the air mattress and allowed me to sleep in my bed. You see, at that moment, I realized that there's nobody more important than me, and I kind of choose myself, even though I could have been proclaimed as a bad host and a bad girl and everything, but nobody really did. My parents were just they're like smiling. My aunt was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" This and that. My cousin, she was not upset with me at all, because masculinity never gets upset. And this is just this. You see, when I chose myself, nobody was angry with me. And you must understand, at that time I was a little girl, obviously. I didn't think twice about anything. I just wanted my bed. But you must understand that if you choose yourself, the world will not collapse, the world will actually happily choose you as well. So you need to realize that there is only you, and you're the one who is creating your experience. I created my experience to sleep on air mattress with strangers, and I uncreated it as well. But at that time, I did it almost impulsively, so to say. Now, imagine now that you're creating the world where everybody wants to please you and enjoy doing that. Imagine that now. So since you are in this gooey substance and you're creating the world around you, imagine that everybody in this world suddenly wants to please you. Suddenly you're just creating all these people and they're all around you and they're like, Anastasia, you're just so amazing. I want to give you something. Here, take this dessert, take this coffee, take this beautiful dress. And it's not like they're getting bankrupt from giving you something. They're just actually enjoying it. They're benefiting just from doing something for you, and probably they will. Who knows? Maybe I will tell somebody about their generosity, and others will actually decide to stay. Like in one of my Airbnbs, I actually liked the place very much, and I liked that the host was very, very generous, very thoughtful, and it was not in my plans, but I mentioned it to a couple people, and they booked that place as well. So you will see how other people benefit from being nice to you. So it's not like you're taking that coffee and they're suddenly minus in their profits. It's not like this. This is my thing. I always thought, well, if I will be taking everything like this, if everything would be given for me for free, how people will ever make money? How will they stay in profit? Like I was when I was very young, I was thinking, if I will ask a man to give me presents all the time, at one point he'll get broke. I mean, and then what are we going to do then? I never even thought that he might get new opportunities and get more money to give me more stuff. So imagine that you are creating this world with everybody in it, and everybody enjoys giving it to you. Everybody is just in pleasure and wants to give you something. For example, I will tell you, when I started making my candles, one of the first candles I gave to one of my colleagues in my finance career, and to my surprise, she was very entitled, and she actually was not even surprised that I would give her a candle. She's like, "Oh, really? I thought you would give one for me." I was like, "What?" I chose like people very, very randomly, because those candles are super expensive to make, and I was not making money on them. I was just making them, and I was giving to people, charging them and giving to people because I wanted to see how they work. And she was one of those, and she's like, "I knew you would give it to me." I was like, I didn't know what to be shocked that she's so entitled, or to be pleased that I was able to do something for her. Now the next one is, once you will start imagining that everybody enjoys being pleasant to you and don't want nothing in return, just wants to please you, and that's it, the old patterns will start to come up. And the patterns will be, am I being too greedy? Am I being too needy? Or am I being too impudent? This was mine, impudent. I don't know where it was coming from, but I believe if I would be expecting stuff from others, if I would believe that everybody's supposed to love me, I would come off as impudent. Like people would be like, "And where did you get this? How did you become so bold to demand this?" Or how, like it's not even people. I would believe that even like the universe, the God, the whole world will be like, you have balls to demand that you should be a winner in the lotto, or that you should be the one given something for free like that. It was my issue. Now, once they come up, realize, once they will come up, they will have to realize in your reality. For example, if I will wake up and I'm like, nah, I think I'm too impudent, I think I'm too greedy, I probably will go somewhere and people will reflect it to me, because I have it in me. It has to reflect somehow. And once it will be reflected, I would have to be like here. I wrote it here. If I'm too impudent to expect a present without an occasion, I will get a rejection from a man. And that actually happened to me a while back. You see, getting presents for some kind of holidays or for birthdays, it's kind of normal, because since we were little, we were receiving presents on birthdays, on New Year's, or some kind of occasion. But without an occasion, I mean, it's not like you can just ask for something and receive just because you want it. Well, you can. It just, in my mind, it wasn't like that. So once, I remember I asked a man for this gift, and he was like, listen, money is tight right now. The funny thing is, it was, I knew that it was just my reflection when the next day he gave, I think, like 5,000 to somebody, just as a present. And only by chance I found out this, only by chance, because I had a conversation on Skype at that time. There was Skype, and he basically was just like, and I said, you're going to give him $5,000? And he's like, yeah, because he's my friend, why not? I was shocked, because the present that I asked him for was only like $400 or $500. It was not that much, and I knew that was my reflection. That was me actually at that time. So when the old patterns come, you shouldn't be reacting. You need to know that you basically need to change that old pattern. So, for example, you can get presents any day of the year. This is not a big deal, It's you can buy yourself presents. You can receive every day of the year is time to celebrate. You don't need to. It's just not. It's an outdated pattern when you would receive presents only on your birthdays. You can receive presents anytime. When I start repeating that to myself, and I start receiving confirmations for that. I remember the first confirmation, I was really convinced, and I came to work, and one of my clients brought me something really random, and he said, a man that never really brought me nothing. Usually they would bring some flowers or something, but he never did. And he brought me something, and he just said, "Oh, we're just walking by, and I bought one for my daughter, and I bought one for you." It was like a notepad with some kind of quotes. Honestly, I don't know why would I need it, but still, it was interesting, and I realized that you can receive presents at any time, at any day of the year, really. So do not react. That's the main thing. Do not react, because if you'll react, you will just bounce back to your unlucky self, and you need to stay in the lucky position no matter what's happening. It's just really why I like the masculine women so much, because they have this unwavering feeling that they're so special. So no matter what is happening in their world, they believe that they're lucky and they should be receiving everything anyways. Now, besides that, so you will change that. You will change your thinking little by little. You remember that this is your confirmations, your beliefs are not easy to change. It takes time, and to speed up the change, you need to speed up your energy. You need to change the energy. I even put here, you have to change the energy. Make sure whenever you feel like the universe is spinning around you, you feel good and calm. Imagine right now that everybody in your world wants to give you something. Imagine you are staying in the center, and everybody is like, "Anastasia, take this, so let me help you with this, and how would you feel? Would you feel awkward? Would you feel like on the spot or something? So the idea is you should feel good, calm, at peace. You should feel grounded. You don't feel arrogant, and you don't feel like it's too much. That was my issue. I never felt arrogant, but I felt like it was too much. Especially it was like, for example, if somebody, it was a long time ago, right now it doesn't happen. Unless somebody will bring me a Bentley right now, maybe I would kind of react. But like, for example, if I would go, I used to work, so I used to stop by in coffee shops all the time. If a coffee shop will be like, "Listen, coffee is on me today, just take it," I would be fine. But if they will include a bagel, I would be like, "Really? Are you sure? Like this? Like, is it too much for me? Like, am I being greedy? Am I?" For example, if somebody will be like, "Do you want to?" Like, if one of my colleagues is going to the store or something, and like, "Do you want me to grab you something?" I'm like, "Yeah, could you grab me, let's say, soda?" And if they say, "You want something to eat?" Also, I would never ask for something to eat, even if I want to, because I would think like, look. don't be too impudent. Like, what makes you think that you can ask and ask and ask? Or also on the airplane, you know, you can ask really for some drinks. I remember the first time I had this revelation. What if I ask for 2 drinks? Usually they give you like juice and water or something, and then you can ask something else. And I had this revelation, but I didn't have enough courage to ask. And I was not traveling in business, I was traveling in economy. So I thought they would tell me, listen, you don't deserve too many drinks. But I think the universe knew my struggle, so they put me next to a man who was super impudent, who believed that the whole plane was there just for him. So he would demand and demand and demand. He asked for drinks, and then while there was no like meal service, he would ask for something else. Then he asked for snacks, and they were bringing and bringing and bringing. Nobody ever told him, look, you're too much. And for me, it was a sign. Right now, if I'm on the plane, I'm not in business, because in business they just come and offer you all the time. But if I'm not in business, I do ask if I want something, and I don't feel any kind of way about it. It's not like, I mean, it's normal, and they plan for it. So you need to make sure that your feelings are good, calm, and at peace. Like this, you should feel like it's normal for you. You see, if you would feel like too excited, too like your energy is just over the top, it's like for your mind it's a danger, you know. You could not react like this. You should react like it's normal and it's good, and you're accepting it. Now, you could not feel arrogant. Arrogance is a very negative feeling. It's like a protection from something that you don't have. So you don't want to feel that, and obviously you don't want to feel like it's too much. If you're really inspired to be wealthy, to be lucky, nothing is ever too much. Nothing. Even if somebody would just like, listen, I want to gift you this condo or something, you should be like, oh, thanks. Didn't expect, but okay, I'll take it. Like this, you should feel absolutely normal. So the energy, how do you change the energy? You need to work on your energy. Your energy needs to be consistently within you. Now, if it's not, you won't be able to control it when something like that happens. So you have to accept the gifts from the outside, from the universe, gracefully. And remember, you created them, so might as well take what you created. It's nothing, it's not like a big deal. Another thing that I did, and I would recommend to do, keep track of everything lucky that happened. So, for example, you went out, and somebody just, I don't know, you went and you, instead of waiting for cars to pass, the cars just stopped and you were able to pass the road. So, depending where you live, it's considered lucky. So you might as well write it down. I actually had the whole list on my phone, lucky occasions. I had it, and actually didn't put it in some time. I should, and I would reread it. I would put everything that was somewhat lucky for me, and I would reread it every single day, especially on the days when I didn't feel that lucky. So write down everything, even if it's a little thing, still write it down. The more you write, the more you read, the more you focus on this, the more you attract. Like a few days ago, I was thinking that I don't feel too lucky, but why I'm not? It's in me, kind of. I can do that, really. And I started doing all this, basically all these practices. I started doing the affirmations I will tell you that I repeat, and things did turn around. But it just the guy even that delivered me water, he brought me some extras, and I was like, really, thank you, and I was very surprised, honestly. So write down everything. Write down every little thing that you think happened to you of pure luck. And the affirmations that I do like to repeat is, I'm so lucky. Everybody loves me. Everybody wants to please me. And also an affirmation, why am I so lucky? That one is one of my clients used to use all the time. Why am I so lucky? And whether you want it or not, the mind will have to find a proof that you are so lucky, and something will happen, something great. So repeat that as often as you can. Again, it's, I'm so lucky. everybody loves me. I just love this one. I know everybody wants to please me. This one was really good for me. Why? Because I always thought that, again, I'm too impudent to demand people to please me like this. I don't know. As I said, I'm the oldest child, so I guess it was coming from my upbringing. But I always felt weird when somebody would want to do something nice to me. I felt like I owe something. So it really did help me. Everybody wants to please me. But first I changed my mindset. I mean, you can repeat affirmations, but if you don't believe in what you're saying, it would be hard. And why am I so lucky? And one more thing that you should do and helped me a lot, and I think without this I wouldn't be considered this lucky, consider myself lucky, is self-love, working on self-love and self-love meditation especially. I do have a couple meditations. I would do the Heal Your Inner Child for sure, because you see, it is the inner child in us that expect the miracles, expect something good. And unless you allow your inner child to be okay with that, to expect something good, to expect the miracles, it would be very hard for you to consider yourself lucky. So I'm going to put this meditation in Heal Your Inner Child. Do that, and also do the meditation the pleasure meditation, because your body needs to be in pleasure. You see, it would be very awkward to receive something from the world if you don't even enjoy yourself. The world is not going to deliver if you are not enjoying yourself in this world. Trust me. Even though this is your world and you're creating it, you still have to be somewhat excited about something that should happen. So pleasure is important. I think working on self-love and self-pleasure is really important. You see, masculine women, they feel entitled just because they are, from their accomplishments. A feminine woman, to feel entitled, she needs to really feel this good about herself and the world around her. All right, that's it. Let's sum it up. Look, I'm so good. I'm getting better and better. It's only 36 minutes. So lucky girl syndrome is not a new thing. You obviously heard it, and if you did, and if you have some kind of points, please do share them in the comment. Let's make everybody lucky. But I shared with you what made me lucky, and yes, it's not constantly. I'm not like constantly, I'm so lucky. I do have a life. So sometimes I get disappointed, sometimes maybe I get upset, sometimes I'm just not in the mood or something. But when I want, I know how to change it around. Like a few days ago, when I felt like, haven't received any miracles lately, let me work on that. There must be something, I do want to feel good. And I was basically reconfirming, working with my mind, and things just start popping up. So like really good things, I would say. So this is what you're going to do. Again, if you were brought up like me, and probably you were if you were somewhat my age, because at that time everybody in the society was brought up equally. If you were brought up with you shouldn't have any expectations, you should you should be happy with what you're getting, you should care about others more than about yourself. This was all wrong. Well, it was not, it was exaggerated, I would say. I mean, it's good to kind of care about others, but this is not your priority. Your priority is yourself, and that's it. And that's how it should be. Especially if you're a woman, you should have brought up in pleasure. As I said, I know those women that were spoiled by their parents, but spoiled by their fathers. They live amazingly. I mean, they're very empathetic towards others, but they believe that they deserve everything. So I noticed that masculinity is more entitled, and that's fine, but if we're ladies that want to become feminine, and we can become lucky as well, and I did that. So the first step is realize that there is nobody and you're the only one, and therefore, since you are the only one in this in your creation, then you should be the most important one. There's nobody else more important. Whatever you will tell me, there is nobody else. I already checked it 100 times. And it's not like I grew up under a rock. I mean, I have a family, I have relatives, I have friends, so I have people that are close to me that I thought are more important than me. And fortunately for me, I was able to understand that that there is only me, and if I'm happy, they all are happy around me. If I'm miserable, they all will be miserable. It's just we win and we lose together. Now, then you realize that you are creating everything. You're creating the lucky atmosphere or not lucky atmosphere in your life. And it's up to you, really. It's not up to your parents. Your parents put what they put, but it's only up to you what you decide, what you expect accepting in your life. The third one is now that you are creating the whole world by yourself. You imagine that you create this people that do want to please you, and they enjoy doing that, and that benefits them. You see, like I had this well, she was like a little bit my client, but also somebody I knew, and she really she had a lot of subscribers on Instagram, and she really was banking on basically promoting the hotel. She was traveling long before I wanted. She was traveling like me long before I decided even to travel. So she basically would approach any kind of hotel or anything, just telling them, listen, I can promote you if you want, but I want to stay for free, and I want to stay in a really nice rooms. She really believed that she benefit the hotels. She believed that she benefit everybody, honestly. I don't think I met a more entitled person in my life. But anyways, this is, so you need to believe that everybody benefits from just giving you the world, and that's it. That's just how it is, and they want to do that. Now, the old patterns will start coming up, because this is something you lived in forever. So somebody would give you, so you will receive free coffee one day, second day, and then you will start thinking, well, how long will it last? Probably my luck will run out, and tomorrow I will have to pay for my coffee. Well, this is just old patterns that are coming out, and find your pattern. With me, it was, am I being too impudent? I had a client. She was always repeating this. Am I being too greedy? Like, am I really, shouldn't I be satisfied with what I got? And I said, there's no such thing. I mean, some people live on millions and millions of dollars a month, and they don't feel like they're greedy. It's just their lifestyle. This is your standards. There's nothing wrong with that. You just raise the standards. So for me, it was, am I being too impudent? And again, I was able to overcome it. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as being impudent. So once they will come up, you just basically, you understand that they will appear. So if I received coffee once and second time, and then I believe, my God, that has to stop at one point, and I'm going next day, and the guy's like, listen, I can't give you no more coffee for free, you have to pay for it. Instead of being upset, I should say, okay, so here, my old patterns came out, and the world had to reflect it for me. You just basically change it. You change it very fast. Like, the guy will not get broke from giving you that one coffee, and you bringing him luck every day. I have this friend. He was just inviting me to his business, and he would buy me lunch and everything I want just to sit there. He believed that I was his lucky charm. I don't know. He would always get a lot of customers, a lot of appointments just by me being there. Then you need to you have to change the energy. Your energy should be good, calm, and at peace, like it's normal for you. No feeling arrogant, and don't feel like it's too much. You always need to work on your self-love. You need to track everything lucky that happened to you. Like go to the museum, and out of nowhere the museum is free. Like me in Naples, I went to the museum, was prepared to pay, and they were like, just today is free. It was nothing special. It was supposed to be the first Sunday, but it was not Sunday. It was, I think, Tuesday, but it was still free. I'm not sure till now why. And I'm like, okay. And then I went, after that, I went to have some coffee and a dessert or something, or lunch. No, that was the closed pizza or something I got. And the guy in the line said, can I buy you pizza? I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not much, like €5, I think, but still, it was nice. So basically, change the energy. It should be normal for you, and then record everything that happens. The affirmations that I would want you to repeat, I mean, you can find your own, but I'm so lucky, everybody loves me, everybody wants to please me, or ask affirmation, why am I so lucky? Again, if you will do all this, you will see how fast your life will change. You will become really more lucky. You will start noticing things that happen in your life that you don't really expect, but it just happens and you feeling so lucky. It could be in relationship, it could be with money, it could be even in your business, it could be in anything. As long as you believe that this comes because of your luck. People associate luck with different things. They could associate, like me, I associate luck always with winning lotteries. I don't know, it's just some kind of gambling, honestly. But luck could be in anything, in relationship, in any aspect of your life. Okay, that's it. Send this video to anybody who wants to be lucky, who needs to be lucky, who feels a little down. Again, remember, you building your life yourself, you creating this reality yourself, nobody else. And please do like, comment, let me know what works for you being lucky. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye everybody. I wish you the luckiest of days, the luckiest of months. Bye everybody.